Okay, I'm gonna stream some bughouse with other people playing for a bit, uh, rather than playing myself at this point. I don't really have a co-commentator, so if anyone who plays a lot of bughouse wants to jump in a Skype call to commentate with me, let me know. So we have Chicken and Helms versus Ahsoka and Chocolate Skittles. So Helms and Chicken are much higher rated, and they've also partnered each other a lot, so they have an advantage there. But on the other hand, they have to win more games because every time they lose, they're going to lose a lot of points. So Chicken's very familiar with Helm's Knight's style and vice versa. Ahsoka likes to attack a lot. I don't think Chocolate Skittles and Ahsoka are in a call together, which means they're going to suffer from a communications disadvantage. Maybe they have a call I don't know about. Let me check the various discords if they're in a call somewhere. Probably not. Yeah, I don't think they're in a call. So I need to remember to close the previous game every time a new game starts because it will screw up my layout. So let's see. Here it looks like Helm's Knight wants, like a pawn and a knight would mate. She wants to draw that. Oh, that's a nice move. Yeah, they were down time, so she had to find a move. Oh, maybe. Okay. Might sack the queen. Okay. Chicken is fairly safe. So basically, Helm's Knight. Oh, I'm surprised she didn't take with queen. Oh, I guess it was because of that knight check. So Helm's Knight open for more feed, like a rook would mate for her. Rook at g1. Oh, yeah, the knight mates. Love that mate. Very nice. Get ready to close this. Go. Nice mate by Helm's Knight. Helm's Knight is known as one of the most relentless attackers out there, so she can often find a mate for nothing. Oh, that was dangerous. I really think Chocolate Skittle should have sacked her queen there. Queen takes f7. Threw a knight in. Hey, Christian Toby. I think anyone can get good at bughouse. It just takes practice. So you definitely could if you tried, but it takes a little bit of a different skill set from chess, and there's definitely a learning curve. Okay, so Helm's Knight seems to have won a few pieces, and Chicken is going to try to use those to mate. I think he wants a bishop for f8. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so now he can at least pick up the queen with pawn takes. Yeah. And a few pawns will mate for him. Queen at h8 is a possibility. But since he's down time, since he's down a lot of time, he has to roll out some chess moves. He has a decent chess position now. He's hoping for more feed. Unfortunately, he may have to give up that queen on d1, which is going to hurt Helm's Knight. Chocolate Skittles is going to try to attack at this point. And Chocolate Skittles has a fairly safe king without more feed, and Helm's Knight is not going to get that feed. Chocolate Skittles is sit-in so that she can get that queen to put on a8. So it's queen at a8 followed by pawn at b7 as mate. Chicken can't really hold the queen. He moves the queen to c1, then Ahsoka will just drop a queen at a3. Then I'll have queen takes queen. And Chicken doesn't have anything to place on b2. So Ahsoka and Chocolate Skittles are gonna win this game. Ahsoka is suggesting rook at a8. So I don't think that's a good idea. I think they should just wait for the queen. The queen is a clear mate. Oh, now they've communicated that the queen mates. So this is a 20-second differential. There's no way they can make this up. I don't know why they don't just move on to the next game. Sometimes chicken can find some magic. I don't think he can do this here. Now he has 2 queens under attack, and he has to hold it for like 15 seconds. Very hard to do. Hey, Smash Time Fools. Smash Time Fools, do you have any interest in jumping in a Discord call to commentate this? Let me know if so. So we see chicken continuing to lose rate in here. He was rated pretty high. It's hard to maintain like a 2900 rating, which is what he had a few hours ago. So chicken's just trying to keep his king safe. Silk is kind of a relentless attacker. Chocolate Skittles is she plays fairly unorthodox moves and is a pretty decent defender, but sometimes she doesn't communicate with her partner about what pieces are bad or good. So that's her disadvantage. Silk wants a rook. So he's probably gonna guard g2, yeah, and I'll leave the rook at h2 mate. Chicken will probably play like f3 or f4 and try to walk his king over. Oh, he has confidence that his partner will hold the rook. I don't think that's a good thing to do with this much downtime. So we're talking 10 seconds downtime. Yeah, Smash Time Fools. Chocolate Skittles is Banana Split. So earlier tonight, Banana Split was streaming another high bughouse match, and I was in a call with her commentating that. Now she's playing. So Helm's Knight is a streamer, Chocolate Skittles is a streamer, but Hisoka is a streamer, but none of them are streaming this. So I figured I might as well do it. So chicken could use some feed. The thing is, Helm's Knight likes to sit for pieces a lot. Oh, well, that just made it. So I was gonna say often that's a bad idea, but in that case it was a good idea. Helm's Knight will most likely be the one attacking. Chicken is certainly a good attacker, but he adapts to his partner, and he knows that Helm's Knight likes to be the attacker. So he will try to feed her pieces. So chicken is significantly better at chess than Hisoka. He will try to use that to his advantage here. So Helm's Knight and Chocolate Skittles, they're battling for initiative. Helm's Knight seems willing to, probably gonna give up her queen to get a little more initiative. I think Helm's Knight figures if her king is safe, he can sack whatever to try to get in there. That's worth the compensation. The question is, can chicken live through the onslaught, since Hisoka is going to have a lot more pieces to play with. So chicken was hoping that Hisoka would drop something on g3, cutting off this file from the queen. So Chocolate Skittles, her threat is knight at c2 right here. Doesn't that just mate immediately? Oh wait, it's Helm's Knight's move. Okay, I see. So Helm's Knight needs to guard c2. He would like to drop probably a bishop on a4, which would check, but she'll just use the queen for now. Oh, now Helms has an actual attack. You can get the queen with initiative, like bishop down, like move the bishop to d6, and pawn drop, and then can drop a rook check. I was just going to use the queen instead. Helms is quite good at mating. It's going to be... Oh, that was a mistake. I guess maybe she thought that was check. Clearly it wasn't, but Helms is completely dead now. So this is resignable for them. Even though they're up like 4 seconds, chicken doesn't really have an attack, and he's not going to get an attack. pieces he has. Helms is very good at checkmating. Oh my god. Chicken. He actually got an attack. I thought knight h4 was a little better for him there, but he's just trying to pre-move everything, so we can't necessarily find the most accurate moves. But yeah, at this point, they're only up by 1 second. No way Chicken's going to win in 1 second. We see he's trying to pre-move every move. If Ahsoka can ever catch him in a bad pre-move, he could maybe drop pawn at e7. Try to catch him with pawn takes d8. Or he could just stay solid. Wow, Chicken's really close to mate here. What's the time like? I think Ahsoka's got to sit. Made it in 1. Well, he's made it in 2, I guess. Now he's made it in 1. Ahsoka has more time. Chocolate Skittles has the easy drop there. It looks like Chicken or Helms accidentally went in the random pool instead of doing rematch. So they'll probably have to manually match again. Oh no. What? Now they match to chess? Don't really understand what's going on here. Hear about this. Yeah, Chicken matched Ahsoka to a 3-minute chess game. So yeah, they're figuring out how to match each other at Bughouse again. How are you doing tonight, Smash Time Fools? Let's see here. So Ahsoka has a pretty aggressive white opener. I think that team's going to tend to do better when Ahsoka's white. As for Chocolate Skittles, it doesn't matter as much whether she's white or black. Ahsoka's asking if a bishop is bad. Helms is fairly safe and she's going to continue attacking. She's going to drop a knight on g5 probably and then pawn check. Try to win a queen. I think Ahsoka will probably, yeah, try to get aggressive there on Chicken's king. He just needs to live here. Helms would like a way to do this with initiative. Actually, I kind of liked knight d5 there, threatening the queen, or knight at c8 a little better. Attack the queen, but probably play knight takes queen. She'll probably play knight takes queen here. The knight just lose against. Oh, Chicken had to lose the queen back to stay safe. But that's okay, queen doesn't really do anything in Chocolate Skittles' hands right here. Chocolate Skittles is getting fairly safe though. I guess it's good that the rook, Helm's Knight has the H file for the rook. Oh yeah, Helm's Knight's looking for a sneaky smothered mate, but Chocolate Skittles saw it. Yeah, so I am streaming Bughouse right now. Hisoka is saying he needs a blocker, but Helm's Knight is up time. So Hisoka will not get his blocker. He needs to play Bishop G2, and then Chicken will have, I guess Bishop takes is a little better. Bishop takes Bishop. As long as Helm's Knight doesn't give up a queen, I think Chicken is safe. Yeah, so now a knight mates on h3. That's checkmate right there. Nice job. I think Chicken will do better this game because Hisoka is not nearly as good when he's black. So Chicken's just looking to win some pieces with this fork here. Helm's Knight seems quite safe as black, but Helm's Knight doesn't care about safety so much as she wants to get an attack. So I'm sure she's frustrated with her position, even though I think it's fairly decent. Chicken's a little vulnerable, like a pawn plus a knight. Bad. He really ought to move his bishop to get his rook guarding the back rank, extra defender, or he might want to make these dark squares a little stronger. So the question is, can Helms hold a rook? And I think she can, given that they are up time. So Chicken can safely move right. I guess he needs to hold a knight too, because knight at g3 followed by knight at h2 would mate. Helms needs to not give this knight. Can you all not hear me talking in my stream? Got a message that said no one's talking. I mean, maybe you mean the people playing aren't talking because I don't have them in a call. Ahsoka is spamming his partner. Says, raids, pawn, pawn, bishop, rook, knight, mates. Are you safe? Chocolate Skittle says, sort of. Ahsoka's asking, should he win the queen or should he keep it low? Let's see. So, Ahsoka found a good in-between move to gain some time. Now, Helm's Knight is up only by a second, or maybe even a fraction of a second, and that knight mates. So she's gotta move that knight away and keep it safe. Okay, so Chicken is still mated by a rook, no longer mated by a knight. That's good news for them. Oh, Helms was able to clear f3 for that knight. Nice outpost. Chicken is still a little vulnerable. He would like an opportunity to get all these squares safe. He has extra pieces to drop in here, but not much time to do so. The Chicken's trying to make effective use of his pieces. Okay. Winning a lot of material here. Helms is doing quite well. Oh, knight mates for Chicken. There it is. Oh, wait, why didn't he play knight at a6? That was mate. He could play it next move, probably. I think Ahsoka has to go here. Interesting game. So they've traded a lot of stuff off on the chicken board. Chicken is very vulnerable right now. If Ahsoka were to get a bunch of trades, that's unlikely. Sorry, I'm helping someone out with Discord troubles. Maybe I'll mute my mic for a second here so you don't hear all this typing. Alright, I'm not quite sure what he's doing. Oh, Smash, do you wanna... Smash, if you wanna jump into a Discord call, you can do it in my Discord, I guess. Yeah, just jump into live stream, I guess. Jump in there. Yeah, it'd be good to have more commentary. Yeah, I'm helping someone who's sending me private tells on Discord saying he can't figure some stuff out, and I'm not even sure. Oh shoot, sorry, new game started and I didn't fix the layout. I'm not even sure which Discord he's talking about because I'm in so many Discords. At first I thought he was talking about my stream, but now I don't think he was. It was just a coincidence. Is it locked? Probably, but you're a moderator. You should be. If you jump into any voice call in the Discord, I can move you. In my Discord. There you go. Hey.
Hey. Hello.
Alright, cool. So it'd be good to hear your commentary here. I assume you have the games pulled up. You should probably watch them live rather than on the stream.
Oh, yes, like, I'm on Chess.com.
Yeah, it looks like a rook mates for Ahsoka. Even a knight is pretty good. Or even a pawn would be good. Queen takes queen and then pawn at e2. Although then he'd have to...
Helms might have a draw here.
Say that again?
Helms has perpetual.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think she would do that because she knows if she moves 3 times then it's an auto draw. Hey Swole, do you want to jump into the Discord? We could use more commentary. Yeah, so earlier tonight, well, much earlier tonight, they were playing on another server. It was Chicken and 12 Teen versus Katask and Plotkin. Or no, first it was Katask and GSVC, then later it was Katask and Plotkin. Then they stopped. And then Ahsoka might have been in there. So, I'm sorry. Actually, it was Ahsoka and Katask versus 12 Teen and Chicken. And then Katask dropped out. And then it was Ahsoka and Plotkin versus Chicken and 12 Teen. And then Plotkin dropped out. And then they went to Fix, the free internet chess server. And it was Katask and Hisoka versus Chicken and 12 Teen. They played for like an hour, and I was commentating in another stream. Chocolate Skittles was streaming. She streams as Banana Split. So I was in a call with her, and we were commentating.
And so why go to Fix?
Say that again?
Why go to Fix?
Why go to Fix? Well, that's where they originally were. So, some of them like the interface better. I don't. I think chess.com is where it's at. But they switched to chess.com before, and now they're on chess.com now, which is the place to be for Bughouse. And yeah, so now Chocolate Skittles, who was my co-commentator, is one of the players. So she's partnered to Hisoka. Helms is playing. For some reason, Helms isn't streaming. I don't know why, but I think sometimes Helms likes to play off stream because she can concentrate better. And also she doesn't have to worry about how she looks on camera and stuff like that. So you can just focus on the game. But since no one playing is streaming, I figured I'd stream it. Yes, Wool, when are you coming back to the US? We need to get you back into action here. So, co-commentator, what has been going on in the game here?
Not much.
Okay. Ahsoka says, try to play chess for a bit. I sit. That's actually probably a pretty good strategy, because I believe Chocolate Skittles is better at chess than Helmsland is.
So Chocolate is up 15 seconds.
Yeah. And Helms... actually, I mean, Chocolate Skittles, her position isn't that great, but she may be a little better developed than Helms. She has the attack.
Well, Helms has
D7.
E6.
Helms has what? Did you say?
E6. Oh,
E6.
E5.
E5. Yeah.
So if Helms survives, I don't see Chocolate.
Yeah, that's true. So basically, they're all piling up on D7, where Chocolate's trying to attack D7 and Helms is trying to defend D7. But eventually, all of these bishops are probably going to trade.
But even if Bishop takes D7, Black can go Bishop D6 and King F8. And White only has light squared bishops.
Yeah. So I guess the question is Chocolate's king safe? And by the way, I really think Helms at some point should move this bishop to give the f8 bishop to give the king a little more left. There it is. Okay. So Ahsoka is now moving because the time advantage is less pronounced. Now Ahsoka probably pawn at e2, I would think. Try to chase that rook around. Or oh, actually, I'm sorry, that would mate him because of knight at h6
Well,
is the threat.
Chicken also has a massive attack.
Right, yeah. Chicken does have a massive attack.
Anytime, I don't see how the time advantage can help now.
Yeah. Chicken has a massive attack and has a lot more pieces. So basically, if Chicken can live until he's not like threatened with check, then he could just drop all those pieces, trade everything off. And let's see. Does Chocolate Skittles have an attack? Not really, I would say. Chocolate Skittles is threatening to trade the queen, which of course is dangerous for Chicken. But still, I don't think Ahsoka really has mate here.
But Chicken is sitting.
Yeah.
So the pawn poke on e2 is quite annoying.
It is. I think he may have to use his queen defensively. Because there can be more pawn pokes there, and the queen is clearly going to trade. So I think Chicken may just need to defend. Ahsoka is saying a second queen is bad because he can sack on h8. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't even see that. That is a very good attack. So rook at h8 or queen at h8, we get Chicken initiative.
Wow.
So Chicken is going for initiative.
Yes, allowing the capture of one was insane.
Yeah. I don't think Chicken is going to live through this. Going to be bishop at, yeah. Very nice mate by Ahsoka. Ahsoka seems to be pre-moving. Opening here.
I assume that Chicken underestimated the attack.
Yeah.
He thought he could survive for one tempo, and he couldn't.
I mean, you may say he underestimated the attack, but it's also possible. Like we don't know what he was thinking. It's possible that he analyzed the position and he just thought that was his best chance of hoping that Hisoka would not play it accurately. But yeah, it was definitely a risky move what he did. So Chicken is being an initiative hog this game too. I think Chicken is fairly safe and he has a decent attack. A rook would obviously mate. Oh, I guess a rook is forced. What's the time like? They're down time though. He can't get that rook. So now Chicken has to stay safe. Hisoka says no rook, no queen. After he moves, all trades are good. Try to trade all. Yeah, I don't think Chicken can survive this onslaught. I think knight at e7 and then queen takes g7 is a possibility. If a rook were coming, then obviously knight at h6 would be a big threat. If I were Hisoka, I would just play knight at e7, sack the queen, stick some bishops in there, and just attack relentlessly. There it is. Oh yeah, that's even more accurate with the knight.
Well, Hisoka is very fortunate to receive your advice. He's listening to your stream.
He must be listening, yeah. No, I didn't even see that the night way was better. So Helm's Knight is marching up her H pawn. She likes to do. She calls it Harry. She's gonna march Harry up to victory. And as before, Soka plays sharper with white. So I think he has an advantage when he is white.
There's a commentator on Chess24 who gives pawns name.
He names the pawns? Like
yeah.
So like is Harry the H pawn or what are the names?
So he's a Spanish speaker.
Oh, okay.
And F is Facundo.
Okay.
And whenever the F pawn is used, he's like very, very happy.
That was a nice mate Chicken found with the queen sack. Yeah, he got fed enough to make it work. Chicken seems to be making a hole on c2 in a lot of these openings, and it doesn't necessarily get exploited.
Well, I don't see how to exploit it for black.
No, I don't see an immediate way. Helms is waiting, which is kind of curious. I don't think she's going to get fed exactly the stuff she wants. She might be calculating out something. I mean, if she were going to defend, she should have moved a lot earlier. She must be sitting to attack. And now she's in a bind because a rook mates her partner. So as soon as she runs out of checks, she has to take the knight.
Yes, but well, so I was thinking the chocolate Skittles would have to play very, very, very quickly to get up time.
Oh, bishop at h5 is good. Oh, should have played bishop at h5, I think. Then you could lop off the knight with that. It's a better defensive move. But
yeah,
but Helms was hoping that Chocolate Skittles would play pawn takes so that she could play queen takes queen check. I think that was overly optimistic and aggressive. I think she still has to hold this rook for 3 seconds, which is non-trivial.
So king takes knight.
Yeah, I mean it has to happen. And that unless she wants to play bishop to f3 first. But that doesn't really gain anything. I would oh well, there it is. Oh, now queen h5 maybe, and then queen takes knight. It's a possibility.
Of course, white is putting pawns on. The king used to be super exposed, and now
Right.
some defenders have appeared.
Yeah, and chicken, it's hard for chicken to defend also because Ahsoka keeps getting extra diagonals to harass him with. Chocolate Skittles is doing a good job of keeping the pressure on, but oh, it looks like Helm's Knight is going to win that knight now. Bishop takes knight. Does a knight, actually a knight might mate Ahsoka, I guess it does. So wait, pawn at f2, followed by knight at g4, and then pawn at f2. Gonna be pretty good.
So knight at e4 after pawn at f2.
Yeah, that's even stronger. You're right. That takes one less move. But chicken is actually up time here. I think that Helms and chicken win this one. Very interesting game. Yeah, I think Chocolate Skittles tried a little too hard to get the pieces her partner wanted and got in trouble in the process.
So why does chicken play white again?
Say that again, please.
Why weren't the colors swapped?
Oh, so chess.com doesn't switch the colors every game. I think chess.com programming assumes that every game is random and randomly gives colors. On Fix, it would switch back and forth every game.
But chess.com switches colors in Blitz and Bullet.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not entirely sure how their programming works, but my suspicion is that they assume that it's balanced because one of your teammates is white and one is black. So not as important to switch off all the time, in theory. Ahsoka said in the chat at one point, knight and pawn mate, and then said, never mind. I guess noticing the time problem. So chicken seems to have it. I mean, his king is a little bit exposed, but not really, because he has so many pieces on the board garden. And Helm's Knight is going to wait and give chicken a chance to drop some more of those pieces to get safer. Or not. And it's interesting, Helm's Knight had not developed a lot of her initial pieces, but got Chocolate Skittles king out a little bit. Chicken is playing very fast, trying to get bigger and bigger time advantage.
I like how he's
Hey, Jarl.
nice focused.
Jarl, do you want to jump in the Discord call to help commentate this? To use all the help we can get.
Yes, we definitely need Jaw.
So if you're on my Discord server, just come into any channel and let me know and I will move you in. We're on live stream, but if you go in a waiting room, I can move you in. So to let Jarl know, and anyone who might just be joining us, the high-rated Bughouse players, you're blocked. Wait, what? Blocked from my Discord? That's not good. Let me figure out, do something about that.
So I think he should go to the waiting room.
Yeah, but he's saying he's blocked.
But he shows up as green in your Discord.
Oh, he is. Oh, okay. Yeah. Go to waiting room. And go into that or any voice channel relay. You can go into any of the game calls or whatever, and then I can move you. Hi, Go Diddle. We are watching some high-level bughouse. I'm not playing tonight. I'm just watching and commentating. Okay, I'm moving you in, Jarl. Hey, Jarl. I think your microphone is muted, but if you unmute, then you can talk. There you go. Yeah, we can hear you.
Cool. Let me go to the.
So we are watching Chicken Crossroad and Helm's Knight versus Hisoka and Chocolate Skittles. Chicken is widely thought to be the best bughouse player in the world. Helm's Knight is the preeminent bughouse streamer, but she's not streaming right now for some reason. I don't know why. I figured we'd just commentate.
It's good of you to do this.
Yeah. So earlier today, Chocolate Skittles, under her Banana Split account, was commentating a little bit, and I jumped in a call with her to commentate. But now she's playing, so she can't commentate and play at the same time. She finds it's hard to stream while playing, but she's hoping to get a better computer to fix that. I should give some shout outs here.
I need to refollow Chocolate Skittles, actually.
So I'm shouting out Banana Split first, who is Chocolate Skittles, and she has just started streaming fairly recently, like at the start of the summer, and she only has, I think, like 12 followers or so. We could use more followers. And then I will shout out Helm's Knight, who everyone should know. She's like the OG bughouse streamer.
It was pretty interesting how Chocolate Skittles has tried to go for some kind of bird setup to try and maybe throw Helms off before.
Chocolate Skittles has, I mean, when I first played her on many accounts ago of hers, not mine, she was known as one of the few people who played very weird openings that like no one else played. So she tries to mix it up a lot, and she is quite good with unconventional openings.
Was she doing this during this match?
Oh, I'm not saying during this match specifically, but I'm saying that it's probably a good strategy for her, where she isn't as much with opening memorization. She likes to mix it up a lot, and she's quite good at that. Whereas Helm's Knight is very theoried up, so I think it benefits Chocolate Skittles to play weirder things.
It's a battle of ideas.
Yeah.
Hey, Smash time.
Smash! Hello, y'all. So the light squares seem super weak.
Yeah, but Helm's Knight is down quite a bit of time, so she can't get more pieces to inject in. She's going to have to find some chess moves. And Chocolate Skittles is going to have an opportunity to fix those light squared weaknesses. So Hisoka says, I sit for a few moves. I'm going to take a knight and a bishop, and he's going to give a bishop and pawn.
I wonder how good Chocolate Skittles is at.
At chess?
Huh?
You trot off there, Jarl. Were you wondering how good she is at chess or at bughouse or what?
Yeah, Chocolate Skittles. Is she
She's better than I am, and I think she's better than Helm's Knight is. But so Chocolate Skittles, it's interesting. She started playing bughouse maybe 2 years ago, and started playing chess like 2.5 years ago or something like that. So fairly recently. But she picked it up quite quickly, and she is very studious. So she basically got a whole lot of chess books and studied relentlessly. got good very quickly. He's a
Skittles?
smart person. Yeah, Skittles.
Yeah, I've noticed that Helm's rating has gone up because I follow her and then I'm always wondering if she is playing bughouse, but then she's just playing chess.
Yeah, she's been playing a lot of chess recently, which disappoints me. Like I feel betrayed when I follow her and it's not bughouse, and when she streams and it's not bughouse.
Ways of great people are inscrutable. I think that it's probably
Well, I mean, I've talked to Helm's Knight about this, and she said that like the way to grow her stream is to like bait people in with the chess and then switch them to bughouse. So it's part of a strategy.
the old bait and switch.
Yeah,
Zoka seems to have given up on his standard opening against Chicken.
that's interesting.
He normally goes e4, d5, e takes d, and then e5. What happened? I'll have to watch it back.
I don't know. Hey Joker, last chance might be to sue her. What? What are you talking about? The Joker is Kazum, by the way. Yeah, Joker, you missed some High House earlier today when 12 Team was partnered to Chicken. Oh, sue her for not playing enough Bughouse. I don't know if I would have a case there.
I think we've got a strong case.
Prime against Twitch. So they seem to be down, what, 6 seconds? 7 seconds? Quite a bit to be down in a high-rated game like this. Hey, Bob Law. Blah. You have a PhD in economics. Oh, Joker, that'd be funny. So there's a meme going around on Twitch where there's a streamer named Alinity, who's a very well-known streamer. And apparently, like, her cat at one point was sitting in her lap, and she picked up the cat and threw it over her head. And cats, they're pretty good at landing on their feet, so I'm pretty sure the cat was okay. But then there was a question of whether it was animal abuse that she did that. And people have been discussing it all over Twitch. And then Twitch apparently decided not to ban or suspend her for throwing the cat, even though they had suspended other people for doing similar things. And people were crying foul because they said that it was just because you make so much money for the site. Yeah, I don't think Helm's Knight could get away with it, but I also think Helm's Knight would never do such a thing, so it's sort of a moot point. Helm's Knight is actually up to 2 cats. She went all in with the cats. So a rook would mate for Hisoka, and he seems to be up 1 second, but I don't think he's going to get the rook in 1 second. So rook at f1 would be mate.
We just bishop b5.
Yeah, that looks good and would maintain the threat. I think Chicken could then play something like h3 to give his king some luft.
What was knight f4? Should have been queen e8.
Yes.
Oh, and Hisoka played your suggestive move. Helm's Knight is the next Alinity. I don't think she will be.
We should do this regularly.
Yeah,
me,
we should,
you, and Vampy
definitely.
and Smash should.
I'm definitely up for it. Honestly, it can get frustrating playing sometimes. You just get on like a bad run, but it's not frustrating when I watch because if someone does good or bad, it doesn't affect me as much. The main thing though is I kind of find it boring to be on my own in a stream, so I would want to have like co-commentators like I do right now.
Well, I tried to get Vampire Slayer to partner me for Billion, but she said that she prefers to partner Visions playing her.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, okay. But then she did say that we helped me get good for Berlin. So
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah,
we
so
can
let me respond to the chat first, then I'll respond to you. So is lawyer my day job? No, it's not. I have a law degree. Um, I haven't really practiced as a lawyer. I tried to get hired by like a law firm for a little bit. That didn't happen. So I went back to school, got a PhD in econ. I have passed the bar in a few states. But right now I'm on the academic job market, and I'm hoping to get an academic like tenure track teaching position. Um, so Cosm said, "Who's in the call with you?" I'm in the call right now with Jarl Carlender and with Smash Time Fools, and you would know Smash Time Fools as Molten Thinker on Fix. So yeah, you were talking about Berlin, Jarl. So Berlin is for years has been the biggest bughouse tournament in the world, um, and a lot of bughouse players go there to battle to see who's the top player. But not a lot of the top players go because just everyone's scattered all over the world. A lot of the top Europeans go, but it's hard to get the Americans there. But I've been there 5 times. My best finish was I think I finished third one year, and there was a year I finished eighth. There were 2 years I finished equivalent of ninth because I won the B section, which is the losers bracket, so not in the top 8. And let's see. So Vampire Slayer has done okay the past few years. She has partnered a guy named Vision Planner who basically pays her freight and says, if you will be my partner, then I will pay to fly you to Europe. And that's a pretty good deal for her because she, like me, she likes playing Bughouse like for fun more than the tournament itself. So she's down to get that whole trip paid for. That's why. That's one of the reasons why she prefers to partner him than you, I'm sure. So I wouldn't take it as a slight.
Oh, no, I don't. And I asked her and I asked Taylor Sky, and Taylor Sky said he would do it. So
That sounds good. Where's Taylor Sky from? Is he in Europe or in the
California.
US? Okay, cool. Bob Law, blah. I'm licensed in Pennsylvania, California, and New Jersey. Pennsylvania and California are active. New Jersey is lapsed because I have not fulfilled this continuing legal education requirement. Who is Chocolate Skittles? Chocolate Skittles, also known as Banana Split, also known as Fairy Queen.
This looks like a tilt.
Yeah.
What was that? Smash Time?
The game was very short.
Oh, yeah. I forgot to fix the layout. So my layout sort of assumes that I'm playing, and when you're following, it will open up like a second game, which will throw up a little bit where things are. It's all based on location, how you capture, unfortunately. I continue with legal education. So in most states, you need to take a certain number of hours of basically, it's not quite courses, but there'll be a lawyer that'll teach like a seminar on a various subject within the law, and you have wide latitude on what subjects you take. New Jersey is unusual in that when first licensed, they require you to take like comprehensive courses in like core competencies, which required a lot of homework. So like drafting various things in criminal law and contracts and all sorts of things like that. And I attended that seminar like the year I was admitted, and I did some of the work, but I just got busy with other things, so I didn't do all the homework, and that meant I didn't pass the course. So since then, it's been so basically a year after I was admitted to New Jersey, they said, "Well, you don't have the CLE requirements," and I never bothered to go back and do it. If I ever wanted to practice in New Jersey, I would just go back and take a bunch of those courses. And I think they've since changed the requirement to where you don't need to take that certain core curriculum. I'm sorry, what was that, Smash Time?
Knight d4, but white has king f1.
Knight d4, yeah?
This is really nice
Yeah,
coordination.
so a few pawns would mate, but unfortunately they are downtime. I wonder, could you play rook takes queen followed by queen h1? Oh no, because the queen mates on the other board. Yeah.
But it was really when Chocolate Skittles played knight d5, I was like, "What is going on here?" And then I realized, oh, she's going for queen g8, and I think that they've got this one.
Yeah, I agree. So they're up about 5 seconds, and there's no way that Helm's Knight can hold that rook. Helm's Knight's best bet is to set up some sort of maiden one, but I don't really see a way she can do that. Like if she could set it up where if Chocolate Skittles takes the rook, the next move Helm's Knight would mate Chocolate Skittles, and that would be good for them. But there's just no way to do that here. Because even if she played Queen f3, Queen e2 is not going to mate because you'd have the escape square on g2. Yeah, not a fan of homework. So, blah blah blah. A lot of people who live in the Philadelphia area, which I do, get licensed in both Pennsylvania and New Jersey. So that was the initial reason. And I got licensed in California just because I took a master's program there, like a master's in economics, a year after I became a lawyer. So I figured I might live there.
Have to be very mentally tough with these guys for very long, because like once you get down like 20 games to like something, it
Yeah,
sucks so much.
I should mention one of the things about my layout is I've done away with the count of like the win-loss ratio, just because it makes capturing things a little harder. So you probably see the win-loss ratio, and I don't. So you could let us know what it is. Is it very
It's
lopsided?
currently 25-9 in
Okay.
favor of Helms and Skill and Chicken.
Okay. So they are probably winning points then. Well, maybe not. Chicken is probably about where he started, 2862. Chicken started the night at like 2950, something like that, but then lost a bunch of points in some earlier matchups. I think that this matchup has been fairly even. Oh, if you're referring to my shirt, I I'm almost a carnivore, so I really like meat. I'm not a big fan of vegetables, so this is sort of just a funny shirt I have. I'm definitely not a vegetarian. So chicken is gonna knight check and win the queen, I assume. So queen would mate for Ahsoka, but no queen is gonna come. That's interesting. So this bishop was pinned, so he couldn't play bishop takes f3. So a few pawns would mate for chicken with pawn check, then pawn at f3 to draw it out and drop the queen in. Ahsoka is asking his partner to stop moving. They are up 15 seconds. So chicken will need to move with what he has. And Ahsoka will have time to get safe. Or alternatively, he could just hope his partner will get the queen, but I think it's better to just get safe. This is quite a good attack. Now he has knight at h6 and then pawn at g7 and then can win the queen. Chicken is going for initiative.
Look at E1 now, yeah. This is unfortunate for Hazuka.
Maybe, but they're still up quite a bit of time, so Hisoka is going to be able to get a blocker. So it doesn't mate, it just... I mean, I think Ahsoka's fine, and Ahsoka is threatening pawn at g7, which is quite good. I would say almost devastating if you can't get a rook for f8.
So Helms and Chicken are on audio, but Chocolate Skittles and Hisoka are texting.
Right.
Yes, and
They steal up so much time.
Yeah,
so
even if they were on audio, Chocolate Skittles, like I've been on calls with Chocolate Skittles, and she sort of doesn't communicate that much. So she's known for just doing her own thing and sometimes not saying when certain things make. But the advantage of playing like that is if you're not worried about talking to your partner, you can play considerably faster. Oh, nice mate by chicken.
I mean, to use the commands is like, you can't make moves and use the commands. Like you just
That's true. So interestingly enough, on the Discord, someone, I believe was it Katask or it might have been someone else. Someone made some keyboard shortcuts that would trigger. I guess it's like Grease Monkey Chrome scripts or something like that that would then put them in the messaging window. And it's something that I haven't tried, but I'm wondering if you guys have tried that. I did think it would make me considerably faster if I used that type of thing, because I have, for example, a Stream Deck which I haven't set up yet, but that you can press a button, the equivalent of like a mini keyboard, like over here, where I could press a button like specialized just for Bughouse. So you could press Knight, or you could press Queen and things like that. And I would think that would be faster than moving your mouse to click the button, because your mouse could focus on the game, and your left hand, which is doing nothing right now, could focus on pressing the buttons for stuff good, stuff bad. You know what I'm saying?
Me and Hawk got into a match with Hisoka and Helms, and we got completely destroyed. But I felt like it was in part because and having to like be like, okay, are you giving the rook? Do you have to give a
Right.
queen?
It's a
And
considerable disadvantage. It's the main reason I don't like playing in the random pool. It's not that I dislike partnering random people out, like I'm willing to partner anyone, but communication is just so difficult. And I've dealt with bad communication. I mean, I played on Fix before there was even the Thief interface. So I mean, I remember playing on this C client, which there were no partner communicator buttons, so you had to type P tells. You had to type like Night Good or Queen Bad. So I remember those days, but just be, I don't want to go back to those days. I don't even want to go back to the days of clicking those buttons. I prefer Skype and Discord so much, where you just get to talk to your partner.
you can say more nuanced things, more detailed things.
Right. Yeah. You can say more nuanced things, and you can also do it quicker, and it doesn't distract you from the playing. But I would be interested to talk to someone about these buttons that I believe it was a task or maybe someone else had set up, to see if they have experience with them and they think they're a big advantage. Ahsoka's asking, do you want me to sit? And Chocolate Skittle says yes. Although Chocolate Skittle spelled it as YFES, which shows that, she's trying to, when people try to communicate, they make typos because they're trying to type fast and still concentrate on the game.
They're doing well this game. I think they could win.
So usually when I type, I use one hand. And typing with one hand is quite difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So I think it would be an advantage to be able to press just a few buttons that indicated the most common things.
G2 is nice. Maybe pawn G4 next. Oh, interesting.
Chicken is just trying to stay safe at any cost. And I believe Helms is fairly safe herself, but the problem is Helms needs pieces to attack here, and they are down time. Chocolate Skittle seems to have a piece advantage. Nice move. I like that knight move. Actually, I guess the Night Guard's F3, so not as big of a threat. But it could pick up another rook, maybe.
Grab the rook just to get the queen away.
Yeah, exactly. Here, here, and then knight threat here. He has one, or even pawn drops at e2 would be good. Very nice. Now rook at. Pick up the queen.
I don't think they're going to win this one. They're going to get flagged.
Chicken is very fast and very fast. So it's interesting. There are some people who are faster in the open end, some people faster in the middle game, some people faster at the end. I guess the biggest example of that would be JDB, John Daniel Bryant, the high dude from Fix, who is notoriously much slower in the open end and the middle game than some other players, but can pre-move like a fiend at the end. And Helm's Knight is very good at the end game, at pre-moving very fast moves. Chicken as well.
So when I play Blitz, usually I spend more time in the opening to get a good position. And I blitz out the end quite quickly.
Yeah, I've noticed from watching streamers and watching people play chess in general that people are quite good at pre-moving out the end game. It's especially at the higher levels. Once they get to the end game, it's just sort of automatic for them. But yeah, you would like to get an advantage earlier in the game.
So I often notice that Helm's mouse slips. Like the mouse slips. She doesn't make a bad move, but
it looks like Chicken's
surprising
dead here.
that she's so fast.
Wow, that was very lucky for Chicken because he was mated in 4 there with the diagonal checks. But Helms had the clutch mate. Do I think Bob blah 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 asks, do animal have rights? I'm not really an animal rights type of person. I focus more on people. I don't really have pets either. I'm not an animal person myself.
So this chocolate Skittles opening backfired massively.
Yeah. Helms didn't even need the bishop and the knight. No cats will be harmed this stream. That's true.
Oh, what is she doing?
Smash!
I think maybe they're getting tilted or something. So yeah, Chocolate Skittles is playing weird openings now, but they may be a bit too weird. There's a lot of weaknesses.
He's gone back to his usual opening.
Say that again? Did you say Hisoka's
gone back to his opening, which is kind of his trademark.
Yeah.
I haven't written a blog post on it because I don't want to give away his secrets, but sometimes I adopt his opening for myself, and I've beaten Chicken with it, I've beaten Yamot with it, and it's a good weapon.
So, Joker asks, why is it Helm streaming herself? I'm not certain of that, but I do know based on prior discussions with her that sometimes she just wants to play, and you're never as good playing off stream as good playing on stream as off stream, because there's just more distractions. So she likes playing some high level bughouse off stream every now and then, and also when she streams, she feels a little pressured to stream with a camera, where she may not always want to look perfectly presentable. Like it's 4 in the morning. More than likely, if I had to guess, Helms probably went to sleep, woke up, and saw that there was bughouse coming on, high level bughouse, rolled out of bed and said, "Let's go." So that's probably why. So it looks like chicken wants the rook, chicken wants to play rook at f1, followed by queen at d1, then pawn check or something like that. Or no, I take that, well, yeah, I mean, that would work. There's other things that work too. But clearly, Helm's Knight is trying to get a rook for chicken. Unfortunately, they are down time. So, chicken will not get the rook. Now the question is, can chicken live through the onslaught?
I think so. I think he lives pretty easily.
And if he can live through the onslaught, he has a good counterattack here. He can play, for example, bishop takes h2, where if king takes, then there's like knight
he's
at
going to go
f1.
to h1.
Well, yeah, if he goes to h1, then you can drop rook at f1, something like that.
I see.
Bishop takes h2. It's more of a chess thing than a bughouse thing. Like, it's never as good as it ought to be in bughouse.
Yeah, that's true. Well, the reason I said that though is like the rook at f1 threat is clear, so I think Hisoka will defend against that. But when he defends against that, I think Chica will look into for another entry. Yeah, there it is.
But rook takes queen.
Yeah, well, the rook is for Helms here.
Oh.
Which was not my initial thought, but you know, the situation changed on the other board where
it's the difficulty of playing
useful
against chicken is that all of a sudden, you know, you feel like you played well, and then your partner just died because he wasn't even playing against you; it was playing against your partner.
Exactly. Yeah, chicken is very good against playing the diagonal board. There's a lot of bughouse players that are self. Oh wow, Helms just won a queen. That's going to be helpful. There's a lot of bughouse players who are good at playing for themselves, but are not so good at playing for their partners. And chicken makes his partners better. There's a guy on the old fix who was the best at that.
Tilted me, by the way. I'm not even involved in this.
What's that?
Tilted me.
Oh, you're getting tilted just by watching this?
I got tilted from that one game.
So there's a guy on the old fix named Who Am I? He's a computer programmer who actually wrote the Thief interface. But he was quite a good bughouse player too. He usually hovered around 23 to 2400 on fix, and he's hit 2500, which over here would be like 2500 strength at least. And Who Am I was interesting because he always played for his partner. Like chicken, he can play for his partner, but that's like one of his gears. Another gear is that he's really good on his own board. But Who Am I, like his best strength was he would feed his partners exactly what they wanted, and the mate would always happen on his partner's board, not his. There's just very few players like that nowadays. Oh, looks like a pawn mates for Helms. There's a bishop. Let's mate.
In Go, there's a famous chess player who gave his opponent everything they wanted.
Say that again?
He played for his opponent.
What is his name?
He's called the Stone Buddha.
Okay.
Lee Chenko.
Yes.
Huh. Oh, look at Helms' dark squares.
Played for his opponent.
So when you say he played it for his opponent, he would like lull his opponent into doing certain things, or what do you mean by that?
So in Go, there's some kinds of trade-off, and he would give his opponent the kind of position they wanted, and he would still win.
Interesting.
Smash, what's your Go strength?
So when
why didn't he just play rook takes pawn, like the d7 rook takes the pawn? Seems like it would have been a lot safer.
Yeah. So I think when I played a lot, I was about 3Q. But
Oh,
now I'm
Holmes
not so
promoted
good.
to rook. That was just to tilt him, I guess. So I'm sorry, I interrupted your Go conversation. I apologize.
Actually, Hisoka played an inaccuracy of just opening with bishop c4 when the pawn is on c6. Is on. It's an interesting observation about Lichenko, where he just kind of don't have what they want, but then their assessment always turns out to be wrong. So that,
I've gotten quite a few positions of that over the years, like over the board bughouse, where my opponent will be like, give me a rook, it mates, or give me a bishop, it's really good. And I'll look at the board, I'll look at my partner, and I'll look at the board, and I'll be like, give him the rook, I want to see what he does with it.
there's a famous case in chess where I think it was Richard Reti, and they were analyzing blindfold, and they both thought that their own position was better. They couldn't agree, but then they got a real board out to decide, and then they still didn't agree.
I mean, I found in a lot of bughouse series, I'll play like the same opening, and my opponent will play the same opening over and over again, and we will both think that we have an advantage. Like we both like it. Like, let's keep playing this. We both agree, and it's got to be worse for one of us.
Well, I think many bughouse games get decided in the middle game.
Right. Oh, look at this time advantage. Chicken has a solid 20 seconds on Chocolate Skittles. There's no way Chocolate Skittles can survive for 20 seconds. Chicken just doesn't need to move ever.
It's M1, yeah. This is over.
Ooh, I would not have risked that for Chicken. There's like a knight mates, right? Knight at b4. But I guess he figures there's no way that a knight is going to be taken.
Queen at c4 was faster, but
Yes.
you just have to be mentally strong. Like if you lose, then and don't care about the points because you always get them back.
Yeah.
Hisoka can always get back to 2600.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's a lot of people who obsess over points when, I mean, first of all, points don't matter that much, period. But even if they did matter, I mean, it's not permanent. Points come and go, and unless you were wildly overrated or underrated to begin with, you're probably going to get back to a certain rating eventually, no matter if you win or lose points in the short term.
Oh my god.
That was just decimation.
I would try and rescue Hisoka, but I actually do worse against Helms than I do against Chicken, so I would fail. If I could play Chicken, he could play Helms, and it might.
Here again, Chocolate Skittles is trying to get Helm's Knight out of book, where these openings are objectively bad openings, but I think Chocolate Skittles can play them faster than Helms can, and isn't that far down, and might confuse her and just get her out of theory.
What's the definition of madness? It's trying the same thing repeatedly, expecting different results, and that's kind of what this is.
Maybe so. Yeah, and Helms is actually up time because, see, this is one of the things that frustrates me when I might try some weird opening or something like this, and then I'll have a partner that will try to keep me alive and play slower to do it. I feel like, I don't know if Hisoka's trying to keep Chocolate Skittles alive or if he's just being really slow, hoping certain piece flow happens. But I feel like Hisoka is not keeping up on the clock.
I mean, when your partner is playing f4, and your partner's gonna die, he's not lobbying.
Versus 2700 probably. Yeah.
I'm surprised that he's not lobbying for something a bit more sane.
Frankly, if I had to guess, I don't think Hisoka has enough time to. Wow, this game might turn around actually.
Oh, because the blocker comes and
Even so, Hisoka has quite a good position to play bishop takes g2. That was not a good move. Now chicken's very safe. I mean, there have definitely been times in my life where I've been partnered to someone who's been doing quite good or quite bad on their board, and I just don't know it because I don't have time to look at their position. And I think if Hisoka is taking chicken super seriously, he might not be able to look at Chocolate Skittles' position as often as he could with easier opponents. So he might not even realize that she's playing like crazy openings, since half the time she's playing normal openings anyway. And here Chocolate Skittles is way too slow. It took her 9 seconds to make 2 moves. That's just ridiculous.
The thing which is interesting about the top guys is that when you play against them, sometimes you feel completely safe and then you still get mated.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah, so sometimes they can make magic out of nowhere. Oh, looks like they are done. Helm's Knight says GG's and Hisoka says thanks. That makes me think it's probably Helm's Knight that wants to stop.
it's a shame. I wanted to see them like figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, there might be an opportunity for one of you to sub in. If it's really Helm's Knight that's leaving rather than Chicken, you could say Chicken won a partner or something like that.
I see if I partner chicken, then I don't want to tilt him now that he's up to 2900.
Oh yeah, he got back 2900. That's true. And frankly, the fact that Helm's Knight said GG's doesn't necessarily mean that she's the one that has to leave. It's probably she's on a call with Chicken and maybe Chicken had to leave. I don't know. Alright, so we need to figure out what is up here. Because if they're really stopping, then I probably want to raid someone. See if people have gone offline. Helm's Knight and Chicken are still online. Interesting. So you guys are all up pretty late. Are you
What time zone are you in, Smash?
Smash time, fools?
What time
It's
zone
4
is it?
a.m.
4 a.m. for you? Yeah, it's 4 a.m. for me as well.
But my
3 a.m.
bedtime is noon, so
Aren't any other high level games? It's kind of a bummer, but I guess it is it's late. So it all revolves around the states.
Yeah, the US is the place to be. See. Open the Discord. See. Yeah, I don't see anyone talking about playing more. Because in the house Discord, previously a few times, they ended and then someone jumped in and said, let's play some more. Then they played some more, then they ended again. But this is probably it for tonight. Alright, I guess we're gonna find someone to raid at this point. So, stream chess. Probably raid Llama Lord. Anyone else has some suggestions? Yeah, let's raid Llama Lord. Thank you for everyone who joined me in the commentary. In here, I'm the only one in here now. Okay. Yeah, thanks a lot to Jarl, Carlander, and Smash Time Fools. So Jarl Carlander also he posts quite a few blog posts on chess.com. So you should follow him on chess.com if you haven't already. It is blog posts on bughouse openings and theory and so forth. Oh, he's working on a blog post right now. And his new post will be for complete noobs. And yeah, highly recommended. Let me see. Is there a way I can just get that to... Okay. Alright, I'm gonna link his profile here. So if you're not following him yet, you should click that and link his and add him as a friend or follow him. See his blog post. Anyway, I'm gonna raid the Llama Lord. If anyone here hasn't followed me yet, I'd appreciate a follow. If anyone here is subscribed to me, you should drop the emotes in the chat when we do the raid. Thanks very much. Have a great night.